University, Guwahati, sir.
Very good.
Yeah, I hope our participants have joined. Hello. Kindly raise your hands if you
Yes,
are present.
yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Hello, sir.
Yes, madam.
So, our regular roundtable discussion, we will start today, and the topic is bacterial genetics. So, we all know that bacterial genome are in itself a very unique and peculiar feature of these prokaryotic organisms. They are circular DNA molecules that are present in a bacterial cell and present as a nucleoid instead of nucleus that is present in the eukaryotic cells. And apart from that main genetic material, bacteria, they also harbor extra chromosomal genetic elements like we have the plasmids, transposons, integrase, which uh, increases the rate of frequency of this horizontal gene transfer among the bacterial population. And due to these mechanisms, bacteria can gather these arsenal or all the defensive or the adaptive mechanisms that will help them to even the hardest of these conditions. And okay, with that, actually, we want the students to participate. So the session is open for discussion. Students can kindly keep their questions. We have our experts with us. Students can questions in the chat box, or they can also unmute and ask the questions. Hello? Yes, students, please.
And
Yes, hello. So before the students pick any questions or keep any questions, I request our experts to have their insights on the topic today. Hello, Professor Gajanan. Hello, sir. Hello, Prakash sir, can we have some insight on the topic from your end, sir?
yes, yes, of course. You can hear me, right?
Yes, you are audible.
Wonderful. Yeah, this is the topic bacterial genetics, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, bacterial genetics is of or was a prime importance when the field genetics developed. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
during 1930s, the experiments of T.H. Moore or the Liederberg, you know, are three phenomena of bacterial recombination was easier to identify how the gene is, how the gene organization is, and by the means of bacteriophages. The genes gets mobilized, you know, or the direct transformation. So we knows the experiments of the Griffiths, which reference to the transformation of Streptococcus pneumoniae, you know, that the bacteria has the ability to uptake the naked DNA from the environment. And this has actually facilitated to understand the function of several genes by this recombination processes. And this was the actually initial method to identify the gene, make a genetic map. Genetic map was very important with reference to you know organizing the genes at the different location on the chromosome using the methodology what we have the time map. So time map or genetic map actually basically tells with reference to the specific location on the circular chromosome, right? Similarly, the transduction where through the bacteriophages it was possible to transfer the genes from one bacteria into another because the bacteriophages actually acts as a vehicle, you know. So through these methods, one or other methods, what we have seen is the recombination process. Yeah, much before the genetics evolved in any other organisms. Then the cistron, you know, the fine structure of the gene, the mutations, how the single nucleotide is important, you know, in a bacteria, because we know that the one nucleotide change give rise to the that affects the finally the phenotype, you know, and then subsequently the operon model, which was described by Jacob and Monod in the lac operon. So lac operon is another important milestone with reference to studying the gene regulation, right? How actually gene gets transcribed, how the polycistronic message is important in a bacteria, how the different enzymes or proteins are being produced, and that are actually under the control of the common promoter or regulatory regions. So all this kind of information, as well as other important milestones like identifying the restriction enzymes. I already told about the recombination events, yeah, and all was possible because of this bacterial genetics, where we were able to actually define the fine structure of gene. We were able to identify the cistron, the muton, the recon. So all these three terminology basically evolved from the bacterial genetics and especially using the Escherichia coli, E. coli, right? Because the E. coli has a very simple nutrient requirements, grows within a 20 minutes, and you can actually have the several mutants, in a shorter time. So that actually facilitates the rapid characterization, right? So with reference to the bacterial genetics, yeah, and then especially the gene expression, the regulations, you know, transcription, translation, all this was possible because of having the several mutant strain, because of after knowing the different auxotrophic mutant, you know, it was easier to identify and describe. In bacterial genetics, one very important terminology is there is HFR, high frequency recombinant. Similarly the plasmid also. So high frequency recombinants or HFR strain are also very useful or important, especially when you are mobilizing the genes. Now, what happens was in a classical genetics, when the recombinant DNA technology was not, the tools of recombinant DNA technology was not available. all these classical genetics approaches were very, very useful. You know, now whatever we know is the 3,000 genes in E. coli, almost all those genes were mapped using the classical genetic approaches by identifying the different mutations, by doing the different recombination event, you know, you know. And this is how the time map is constructed, because when we do the conjugation from one bacteria into another, you need a specific time requirement to transfer those genes. And such that the time which is needed, which we considered as a no, which we being used for construction of the time map in bacterial genetics. I will be happy to take few questions as such. I have not much seen this topic, but whatever I understood instantly, I could contribute.
Hello. Yes, sir. I can see one question.
Yes.
The question is from Ambarish Singhdagi, faculty and research scholar, Mangalore University.
Huh.
So his query is, can we develop biofilm making bacteria that can be used for bioremediation with genetic engineering technology?
Can you repeat once again?
So can we develop biofilm making bacteria that can be used for bioremediation with genetic engineering technology?
Yes, yes. See, genetic engineering is nothing but the advanced version of the classical genetics.
True, sir.
Okay. Which was actually taking the several days or months. Now you can precisely identify those genes and then make it, right? See, now whatever we have the Google map, it doesn't mean that before internet there was no map of India. So that is what the genetic map is, right? So people were actually aware this is where the position of those genes are, and based on that information also, they were able to clone and transfer those genes. But it used to take a lot of time. Okay. Then you need some specialized strain for that purpose. Then you need a specialized expertise. Then visualizing those character was not that easy like what we have today, adding some fusion protein or some tag protein and all. You know, those days you have to actually identify based on the phenotypic marker, based on the some auxotrop, you know, based on some sugar utilizing markers. But now you can actually express the genes, have the fusion protein, have the antibodies, or directly you look for the those traits, right? So the question what he has asked is almost on the similar line, where you can actually directly look for that phenotype in the nutrient rich media, and then you can actually select that. Yes, this is how actually you can identify. Just like very simple example to give is the alpha amylase gene isolating. Okay, so you just have something like a shotgun library, clone it in E. coli, and then you see the recombinant which actually hydrolyzes the starch. So this is how you can actually immediately identify the alpha amylase encoding gene, almost in the similar way, right? But recombinant DNA technology facilitated more precisely and overexpression, facilitated hyper expression and more, what we can say, industrial production, which was actually not that easy through the classical genetics. I hope I could answer this question. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And according to my experience, I have worked with River Teesta, an eastern Himalayan river that starts from the state of Sikkim, northern part of the Sikkim, and it flows through the entire state of Sikkim, a part of it West Bengal, and then it enters Bay of Bengal, the Bangladesh, and then it enters the Bay of Bengal. So actually, the mechanisms of horizontal gene transfer, these things are very important when we talk about environmental factors. Like in this river, what I saw was, sir, as we move downstream, the river is anthropogenically impacted. That means they are compared to the other two sides. The lower stretches of the river were more influenced by human activities, because if we see along the river banks, we have pharmaceutical companies, mining activities are very prominent there. We have these workshops, and also these are the point source of contamination of the river. So, and then I found that I was studying heavy metal and antibiotic resistance in the bacteria, culturable bacteria. So, especially the Pseudomonas and Serratia, I found that the heavy metal resistance was very high in these two isolates, and I could also identify the genes. Like we have this efflux pump in bacteria that rapidly or actively removes the heavy metals and also other drugs like antibiotics out of the cell. So these are the resistance mechanisms that a bacteria has, the efflux pumps. And one special type is the PIB type ATPases, which I could detect in Pseudomonas. And when I did the phylogenetic study, I found that when I studied the sequence, I sequenced the PIB type gene that was amplified. I sequenced it and I studied the sequence with the database that is already there. I found that the similarity was more with Bacillus instead of Pseudomonas. So I have a publication also with this that there might be this might be an evidence of horizontal gene transfer, which was also confirmed by the GC content as well. So we can see that these environmental habitats, contaminated habitats, can be the hotspot for breeding of these resistant strains, and it becomes very important to study these mechanisms as it is of a major public health concern, I feel. So that is my insight that I can give to the topic that is there today.
Can I add something?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, it's a great. You have raised the important concern right now that is already affecting the several numerous infectious diseases are getting to be uh, not controllable, and the old age patients are getting died because of the some strains are not getting to be controlled by the classical antibiotics. So especially in my research focus in terms of the biomedical area, the developing the nanocomposites is especially for the wound healing, and that those wound healings, not the ordinary, but the, like for example the severe wound healings and diabetic wound healings, those will be more major concerns in the future, because diabetic wound healing itself is the critical concern when the patient's the diabetic high blood sugar is not controllable, and those wounds get the chronic wounds and get the gangrene type of then the issue gets much serious concern. Another is that in the future, the COVID pandemic will be not much significant in the history, but in the future, the bacterial pathogens will create series of the issues throughout the world, and there will be several pandemics because those are also infectious. For example, tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is also a great concern because it's not of the surface, or another issues like urinary tract infections, some other infections, those will be the critical to control using the classical antibiotics. So finding the peptide-based antibiotics and some other nanocomposite-based antibiotics will be the uh, need to be the high priority among the researchers. And those nanocomposite, if there are the greener, safer, that will be the most appropriate. And another concern I would like to ask the speaker today about the rhizobium. There are many strains about the rhizobium that can be have the socioeconomic implication in terms of the agriculture, and those agriculture are still not that as we expect. Those all rhizobium strains should be applied to raise the productivity in the beans and the peanuts, but still the farmers education and awareness programs are still limited, and people are not used to be attuned. And another issue is that my concern here is in terms of research and technology, how we can increase the stability of those strains, and we can make them like for long shelf life. and have the vision for the global market. Like Made in India, startup India's should be take these initiatives and make this kind of microbial products available across the globe, and it can be maybe $1 billion business. So it's still not. I have not seen any MNCs or any kind of venture is taking this issue to the globe. And agriculture in the future, productivity without using agrochemicals will be the higher priority. So rhizobium rhizobiums can add not only uh, the productivity but the also the soil fertility, soil remediation as well. And madam, I saw your Google Scholar while the so you are much interested about the remediation of using the some kind of the heavy metal and the antibiotics. That's among the agrochemical as well, because in the livestock we use some kind of the antibiotics in the fields as well. So those agrochemicals are harming the biodiversity, non-target organisms, including the microorganisms, fungi, the small insects, and the honeybees are under the great threat. So these issues should be or discussed in the future, that how we can protect our the biodiversity, because right now the biggest threat uh, is the agrochemicals, including the human health. So this is serious issue. So we should take those topics or have the socio-economic implications, as well as the food security and the safety all together. So interdisciplinary research is required, not only the particular remediation, but you can also look into the another aspects of the the pollutants, macropollutants, like the antibiotics are going to be great concern. And in terms of the uh, the mitigation of the multi-drug resistant bacteria and antimicrobial resistance is almost unstoppable, because the waste and the we use that. For example, streptocycline was very common in the agriculture once upon time, just 10 years before, but those streptocyclines are no more applicable, because those in terms of the pomegranate, those pomegranate diseases are not controllable. For example, Xanthomonas has serious concern in the pomegranate. So those kind of, and those kind of concerns are directly affecting the socioeconomic status of the farmers. So this is not the simple concern. These are the multifaceted implications. And we also need to concern about we can add our research toward the future economies, bioeconomies, circular bioeconomies, and those kind of contribution. If that is the practical applications, like real world uh, solutions, and then our research can be more useful for the all sort of uh, communities and the overall environment protection. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insight in the topic. And then, so as you said, agrochemicals. Actually, I have just recently started my work regarding the agrochemicals and agrochemical contamination, especially in the tea ecosystem. So I work in Assam. So Assam contributes. The major economy in Assam is from tea only, sir. So no doubt there has been a use of agrochemicals, a lot of pesticides or chemical fertilizers in these tea gardens. So I have a student, PhD student, who has just recently started working on isolating and characterizing bacterial isolates from such habitats, contaminated habitats that can, with a dual functionality like pesticide degradation as well as promote plant growth. So let's see, sir. I hope something will come up.
Great.
But I think where we lag behind when we talk about translational research, sometimes our research is just limited up to the pot experiment, and when we want to translate our research to actually in the field, then there somewhere, sir, I think lag somewhere there in the translational part. So, and I think the government of India is also emphasizing on these products, such products, green technology, as we say, or also microbe-based products. So with that hope, sir, I have also started working on this
Yes, yes.
aspect. So
Great,
hope
great,
it's
great.
a good start for me, sir.
Good,
So
good,
there is
good. Very
a
good.
question from one student again. Can you elaborate AI-driven microbial genetics play a role in agricultural sustainability? I think recently I read an article when we talk about AI driven. This drone was designed in such a way that it can pick up the weeds and then just remove it from the field. So that was a very, I think, recent article. I think he's also talking about this on AI driven uh, developments in agriculture, if we say developments in agriculture or sustainable agriculture. So I think these are the developments, or maybe sir can give more information regarding
Yeah, yeah.
this.
Let me congratulate Prakash Halmi Sarji for his excellent presentation today, and I appreciate his work in the molecular biology. And we would like to discuss some details about specific, for example, in case of the rhizobium gene, where we can have the more nodal formation and uh, better. Better like in terms of the nitrogen fixation. So that can be also one of the applied research area. I appeal to the professor to take it to the interest in and develop such kind of technologies, and that can have the direct direct impact and uh, socioeconomic, like when the yield of the maybe future maybe later I would like to share the some of the one of the picture about from my experiment here about the peanut, where one plant can produce almost like 4 to 5 plants that produce in the normal. So we can also bring the cultivation technology as well as some kind of microbial. Those are the genetically modified microbials. Those can be have the extraordinary impact on the nitrogen fixation. Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, I agree, Dr. Gajanan, with your opinion and how the
Yeah,
AI ML is actually playing a role. But then,
yeah, yeah.
when we were doing the even bacterial transformation, we have to actually have a selection like antibiotic pressure, right?
Mm,
And then that
mm,
antibiotics was actually helping us to eliminate the non-transformed one or non-recombinant one, like a blue-white selection,
okay.
or the alpha complementation process. So AI/ML is nothing but the alpha complementation or the statistical method, how we can actually analyze the large data set and come to the
There is
logical.
rich diversity. There is rich biodiversity among the
Exactly,
nitrogen fixing
exactly,
bacteria. Yeah, yeah.
exactly. So this actually facilitates how we actually our statistical no, our bioinformatics tool becomes more sophisticated and reliable, right?
Mm,
And this is how actually
agree,
the AIML actually is playing a major role. This, whether it is in the
agree.
bacterial genetics or in the agriculture or even the rotonodulation or even the removing the weed or spraying the pesticide,
Yeah, yeah.
in the or even the designing the fermentation parameters, identifying the particular genes from the gene pool, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Much more
I get
scope, much more scope. Maybe it needs some more strengthening. What we need is a basically the bigger data set and then efficient tool
okay,
to analyze
okay,
those kind
okay.
of markers, right?
So I think we should have the vision for the some kind of US patent as well as some kind of European patent where we can protect our new technologies, and those technologies we can commercialize and lead the global market. That should be our vision. And in the future, if the government has sufficient funding, so we should propose those kind of ideas, vision that, oh, let's have the international project submissions, and then have the uh, once have the international project, then government will get the confidence that, oh, this group has international funding, and then let's support more to this group particular, and facilitate that the vision. And then together, when we have the uh, one or two international projects, those we can comfortably uh, enter into the concerned conferences and get the updates about the new technologies right now we are having. And then those kind of update, because when we came to the new technologies and in new different conferences, at least if they're not sharing the exact technology, but we can get the new ideas where we can implement back and uh, have the couple of international patents. And then when we have the patents, then government can be the flood the funding for sustainable for 6 years, 9 years, and then meanwhile time we can have the vision, have the infrastructure and some kind of pilot project and set up the factory, and as you said, the fermentation and the process the those kind of microbial cells to the long shelf life, and then we can distribute throughout the world. Because agriculture, which if we have the focus alone about Indian market and Indian states, then our real vision or real impact will be not visible in the future. So let's have the like 5 year, 10-year vision, and then start acting, and then slowly e- uh, engage some kind of the other stakeholders, and then have the real progress, and then those kind of uh, the future economies we can influence, global economies as well. This kind of not only influenced our the profit out of the product, but it can direct have the implication to raise the profitability of the farmers, not only India but across the globe. And then food security will be covered, and sustainable development goals. So our target should be how we can achieve maximum number of the sustainable development goals, and that can be the helpful to government of India to create more soft power across the globe and have the distribution, like for example the vaccine we distributed to the developing countries. Similarly, that we can also help the agriculture sector of other countries via the government programs. So government of India can launch the international aid programs if we have sufficient production and the best qualities of those kind of cultures. So that kind of work is really required. Otherwise, most of the scientists are operating under the comfort zone. So that's very sad. So out of those we should come out, and then also engage with those are very aspirant and very optimistic and proactive. Those faculties together, it's not a small job. Once we have the patents, in its patent, we will pilot project and commercialize those products. And in addition to that, we will engage with national level scientists, and those together have the big funding like 10 crore, 50 crore, 100 crores funding, and then have all sort of the cultures and do active, and then come with several product lines for the agriculture microbiology, so soil microbiology. So those kind of not only the rhizobiums, but other microbes. Those are like biopesticides. Those we should just have the vision for the global market, and then government has to play their role and funding, and then set up the factories, maybe either the business incubator, technology transfer with the private public partnership or whatever in the future comes. So those kind of let's join hands. And I am much interested in the agriculture. Recently, 2.5 years before, I inaugurated one of the WhatsApp group, those for the professionals from all sort of like retired vice chancellors and chemists, biologists, microbiologists, and biotechnologists together. So those some of them are content creation for the agriculture, and those who are like trainers and some kind of sustainable farmers, those have the farm tourism, those kind of I have the composed those people together, and those groups are fully active. They are almost like every day 20 posts. Those are adding the knowledge to each other. So it's like a rich knowledge community we need to build slowly. And recently I came across that Genomics India International is also doing well, and those leaders across the globe they are spreading, and we should join hands those Genomics India International, some of the experts there. So we should be feel open that whoever are interested to contribute for the greater good and the Indian economy in the future, we should join hands with those are the selfless people. uh, because it's all about the nation, it's all about the greater global good. So let's connect as many people with, and build the team and have coordination heads, and then let them have the tasks distribution and updates time to time, like 3 months once, 6 months again, once a year, like three different kind of meetings. And then after that, we have the, let's show the government we are not alone, we are the teamwork and all our leaders, and these are the contributions and these are the developments. So grant the big 100 crore project for all these big groups, like that we should go. So we should not operate with the poverty, not operate with the separatism, should, but with the collaboration spirit, and then have. Otherwise, we cannot have. If we have 3 4 people together, the real world translation of the research and technology transfer will be tedious. And but we have the hundreds people's group, but they are segregated for the different tasks. Those combined together, when we can have the joint workshop for the like core group, like those then share each other's updates, and then together uh, like have the 100 copies. No, doesn't matter. So let's do that. Let's find some leaders, and let's let them take the leadership and give the direction, and slowly. So please give me your advice and what we can proceed in the future. Yes, sir. सर जी दर्शन दीजिए, अभी वीडियो चालू करिए.
मैं तो
Thank you,
actually,
sir, for your vision, sharing your vision with us. Okay, sir.
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank
exactly. We fully agree with your broader view and the concept of sustainability, as well as how the collaborative research should work. You know,
Yes,
in this
yes,
direction, Bio-E3 policy of Government of India, which was launched
yes,
a year back.
yes, sir.
The Bio-E3 basically represent the biotechnology for the energy, employment, and economy, better
Yes,
economy. And this is
yes,
sustainability actually we are looking for. You know,
yes, yes, sir.
using rhizobia or any microbial system also, I think is associated with the bioeconomy because we are not harming the
Yeah,
environment. We are
yes,
actually
yes,
using the biological resources. We are basically actually maintaining the ecological balance using the
right,
microorganisms, right? Whether
right,
it is a bioremediation or biodegradation or bio-leaching process or biomineralization, you know,
right,
and all this process. So definitely it has a scope, and then research of the science is the thing which has to be actually handled with a multidisciplinary approach, with a collaborative approach.
right, right.
And this is how actually we see the several of these notable publications, 50, 100 authors, the genome
Yes, yes.
sequencing papers,
Yeah,
bacterial
yeah,
genome
yeah.
sequencing papers, which we see 100,
Right.
120, 150 authors, human
Yeah,
genome,
yeah.
you know.
Of course, of
Yeah,
course.
somebody put a question related to gut microbiota also. Even
Mm-hmm.
gut microbiota papers in published in Nature, in 2008, 2009, also has some 50, 60 authors, you know. So
Sure,
such
sure.
a consortia is required,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then a multi disciplinary approach, of course, because it is not
Yes.
only the genetics or the chemistry, but it is the bioinformatics. It is
Agree,
the
agree,
social concern. It is more the environment. It is more the management again, right?
agree,
For,
agree,
for,
agree, agree.
for fundings.
So let the leaders take the lead,
Yeah,
and let's
exactly,
have the
exactly.
small consortia groups for their own tasks and the roles. And then once there is some serious efforts, because it should be out of the passion. It should not be like for the do for something for the public sake of the publication. If we do out of the passion, it will be definitely, we will be successful. And still there are bypass sites, so many kind of bypass sites that can be very helpful to protect. Still, even though there are bypass sites available in the market, our farmers are not favoring those. They are just simply and even those are the merchants are not recommending those. They are simply the chemical based pesticides are they recommending. So this there has to be lot like public education and some kind of the uh, adult education as well. Like when the and policy, when the policy will be there, government has to be give the recommendation for the those are the small vendors across the small towns. They have to be strict guideline. What should be first priority? What should be the second priority? So this kind of priority. And right now I know some of the farmers are very successful to even for the Europe export. They are producing grapes or Europe export residue free. Grapes are so tedious crop. It's not easy crop. So still they are able to prepare the residue free grapes. So technology is there. People can go organic. If the grape farmers can go for the residue free, then how about the other farmers? So, but the government cannot implement the any strict policies where it is risk of the food security, same as the Sri Lanka. So that's why our role become key, major role, where we can have the state coordinators and the district coordinators, and then if possible, then we can recruit for the small town coordinators. That's possible. Where if once we have the network, and again we should collaborate with media, where the media can uh, broadcast, and then some of the agriculture newspapers, agriculture news channels are also there. So collective holistic efforts we need, and then that impact can possible. Is otherwise it will be not possible to reform the current practices. Yes, yes, madam.
Thank you, sir. There is one question from a student to Dr. Prakash, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So the question is, any gut microbiome research work is going on in CFTRI, Mysore?
Lot of work. With reference to the gut-lung axis, we just had today presentation. That gut-brain axis where we actually work. Then effect of the different nutrients like the dietary millets, phytochemicals. Then our own group actually worked on diabetics. Then on the obesity. So what are actually the changes actually happens? Of course, most of this work was on this preclinical trial on the animal model, but we are taking up some of this work on the clinical trial also for women subject. And in that angle, for the obesity, anti-obesity, anti-obese, we actually looked some of this our probiotic product. Then some groups actually are associated with even studying the phytochemicals, polyphenols on the gut microbiota. Then some people are even working on the areas like cancer. The cancer is another actually the leading cause of the deaths in this country. So even we have some research work on that area also. Arthritis was another area which we work. I think I was muted. I hope.
Hello, sir. I think by mistake. Can you just unmute, sir?
Yeah, I was talking with reference to the gut microbiota studies, particularly with reference to the obesity, diabetic, gut-lung axis, then muscle loss. Then we have some group working on in the area of this using the phytochemicals. That 2023 was the international year of millet. So we actually look specifically how the millet dietary fibers actually influences the gut microbiota also. So several such actually work is going on more on the microbiology in CFT and less on the other sciences, food science I can say, right? I hope it was quite clear.
Hello.
Yeah. Over to Upasana now.
Thank you, sir. I hope the student has got his answer. But there is also a team here at Institute of Advanced Study in Science and Technology, Guwahati. That team is led by Professor Mujibur Khan. He also works
He's
on
in
the
fact, Professor Majibur Khan
his
is
work
my
is also
collaborator.
Oh,
And
okay, sir.
yes. We are actually working on this gut microbiota, especially with
Yes.
reference to the tribal diets,
Tribal diets. Yes,
the
sir. Yes, sir.
lifestyle diseases.
Oh,
We
thank
are
you.
working on the similar line, and we have a collaborative project which has to start actually, especially with reference to the soya products, because fermented
Okay.
soya product is being consumed most part of the Northeast India.
Okay, sir.
And also a stable diet, especially in the ocean countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, Japan, Korea.
Yes. I was
So
talking, but my mic was mute, so I will repeat it. I have the proposal for the gut-brain barrier, and I have my own experience. When I started with Korean food, kimchi, and some other fermented food, and mokkoli is another rice fermented beverage. So my stomach become like a stone. I can hit, but I feel the not any kind of gases and any kind of pain. So I feel that there is also a relation if the the biodiversity of the bad bacteria is there, then our psychology get also impact. So in case, especially in the depression patients, their gut microbiota should be first addressed, and then it can be aid to get out of the depression and psychological traumas. So this is the another aspect we should consider, where the right now these psychological issues are emerging, and they are directly affecting the microbiota of the stomach, and again back, like it's a cycle back. So it's getting worse and worse, and until it's addressed. And in case of the probiotic, the Korean foods rank top because it's a daily consumption of the kimchi and some kind of the fermented radishes. So radishes has been not under the great consumption among the Indian communities. So we should promote how radish can be one of the prickle is for the probiotic alternative. So this kind of promotion is needed. I don't know how I understand that why Indian communities are ignoring a lot of dietary things and just focusing on the carbohydrate based diet like roti rice, and some. So this is the repeated cycle, and it's also concern about malnutrition. You just visit Korea in the future. I welcome you, I host you. Just see here, you will find not a single human is malnourished here because of the diversity in their dishes, the side dishes, they and the soup, Japanese, Korean food, and Chinese food. There is always compulsory. There is a soup, bowl of the soup, and because of that, these people even consume the meat a daily basis, but they have no obesity concerns. But the obesity concerns is coming from the Western diet like pizza, burger, and some kind of soft drinks, and the processed food is the recent trend here as well. But the traditional food doesn't add obesity here, even the daily meat based diet. So that's why I think there is still a lot of scope to integrate, like sometime to advertise or so endorse some kind of uh, the the food those can be act as a probiotic. It should be natural, a daily basis. So it should be not depend on the tablets, or it should sometimes people will take the yogurts for the. It should be routine. As you said that you are used to also work on the probiotics and the dairy products, non-dairy products, soya, 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 soya getting to be the trending in the future, because non-dairy milk, soya milk, as well as the almond milk or some cashew, those kind of even even coconut milk. Those products should be very common in the market, at least at the 21st century. But still, we have the few product line in the processed food compared to uh, the, uh, the other countries where. But I don't endorse that processed food. But the healthy processed food should be welcome compared to the just like processed food for the here right now is great concern. Another great concern is the trend of the processed food and the trend of the eating outside is very common. So the most of the restaurants just to buy the big packets of the processed food, they just to store in their refrigerator and they just boil it, warm it, and serve it. So it's again dangerous. So it's the added chemicals, preservatives. So that has been great concern. Another concern is that the the processed food they are putting in the microwave with the plastic as well. Sometimes then boil the noodles in the plastic containers. So in the future, the pandemic of the metabolic disorder like diabetes, blood pressure, cancer will be the everybody will be the suffer if this continues. So this is the great concerns in terms of the food science and the technologies. So we should also make the educate our consumers have the best quality and the best containers and best packaging that will not harm or uh, ensure that labels that has preservative free, color free, chemical free. Those kind of labels should be there. Then that can be safe for the. Otherwise, India also going to be the uh, one of the center for the metabolic disorder like diabetes because of the carbohydrate based diet. So we should address those kind of uh, educational programs where the people get, but somehow people are getting educated because of social media, and they are getting about the serious about their food choices and the food diet, especially the the upper class is looking for the organic food, chemical free, but that's not available, accessible for them as well. So it's a great concern where the about the pesticide residues in the food. There is no choice unless they farm their own vegetables and they consume. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. I appreciate that this organization that organized this discussion forum. And first of all, let me give my word of thanks to the Deshmukh sir, and he also brought the international society. So his dedication, his contribution is exemplary. I never saw there are another groups like there is another came across that India in Genomics India International is led by the Professor Chitranjan Koleji, and these two I found these two leaders are doing a lot of socio-economic contributions, and they're active, they're participating in conferences, they're giving the direction, motivating, encouraging the youth. That's the energy. So it should be translated to us, and we should be inspired and follow those direction and path and make India great again, and let's make India center of the world for the eternal, for the forever. So let's have that great vision and act. Everybody should act, uh, play the role as they can do, and let's join hands together. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Actually, this is a very good platform for the students as well because this is something out of classroom teaching. So these things
Yeah,
are usually not discussed in the classroom. So, and it is very important actually to expose our young students to such ideas that is
yeah,
given by the experts. So it's a very good platform, in fact.
yes.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
thank
Yeah,
you, sir.
it's 12:35 here, late night.
Okay, so
So
here it's
yeah,
just 9 p.m. So,
yeah.
okay, so
So
it was
I
nice.
will welcome invite. There are some programs. There are a couple of programs. Anybody was looking for the have the short visits for short, then let me know. any students or any faculties or group of the faculties can visit. And may I encourage you collaborate with some of the industries, that is the Gangido province industries. And then if you have the collaboration with those industries, I can offer you the Gangido program. That is the government of the Gangido, those of the industry academia promotion. That, for example, that if we solve the R&D issues of the any industry and contribute to raise their revenue, then once about that development, then you those candidates can be qualified to participate in the Gangido program. That's a government program that can benefit for the who is the intellectual uh, participant as well as industry, and that's through the Donguk University. Donguk University has that program, so I openly publicly announce this. Come join any industry distance, and then start collaborating with them, start solving their issues, and then technology transfer. If you do the technology transfer, if you do the some kind of assistance or the comfort or console, because those industries are just evolving, those industries are struggling, those industries have no hope. We can give them hope. Okay, we will solve your issues, and then be a backbone for those industries. And those, once we establish those relations, and then have the documentation, and then regular meetings, and then regular visits possible, so that way we can contribute. So Donguk University have the $50 million program, and that can give support thousands of the researchers. Those are contributing to the Gangido province industries, pharma, chemical, biotechnology, medical, agriculture, environment, all those sectors, except the energy storage and the physics related studies. So those all sectors, and there are lakhs of industries of, because the Gangido is just like hub of the Seoul city, Suwon city, and the Ilsan city, Goyang, those kind of districts together, most populous Gangido province. And just do by yourself. Look at the Gangido province map, and then among that, look at the addresses of the companies, and then once you know that, okay, this industry belong to the Gangido, okay, I will start the communication and interaction, and build the 6 month, 4 months, 1 year's interaction, and then let us know. Then uh, we can have rewards for both, and also it can be a win, three place, because that's program if implement that successful program. Donguk University also have the pride if we are joining, like it's a triad program. One is the academics, and suppose this is the Donguk University, and this is the academics, and this is industry together. When three people come together, and this become more successful, that industry also feel big reward. And when you have the reward, there is more bigger rewards comes, because it's become engagement complex, and there are numerous opportunities emerge once we have those kind of associations. Thank you. I
Thank you so
welcome
much.
Prakash sir, and also madam, and other your colleagues who are looking for the extend their collaboration across the India.
Yeah, please
Welcome.
share your
Let's,
contact details.
sure sir, sure.
Thank you so
I
much,
I will
sir, for
I,
extending
I will
your.
share. I will share. Yes.
Yes.
How I can share? Which platform?
You can
Okay,
put it in chat box.
Okay,
I
okay,
will
for
be
sure.
also sharing the feedback form for the students. Kindly fill in the feedback forms.
Dr. Upasna, actually students should be more active. They
Yes,
are,
actually, this program is for the students.
exactly, they are making us only to talk. Actually, I was having a dinner, otherwise I will also stop non-stop like Professor Gajanan.
Thank you. We can talk later, maybe. Thanks so much. I am putting my email ID and the WhatsApp number in just a minute.
I will share the feedback form before we log
Yeah,
out.
I shared both WhatsApp number and email ID. Please connect via the email ID or WhatsApp. You all are most welcome.
Prakash sir,
I have already sent the email to.
Yeah,
Yeah, tell me.
so then you must have worked with Professor S.R. Joshi from Northeastern Indian
Yes,
University.
yes, yes.
Oh, I am his student.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
I did my
Shantaram
PhD
Joshi is my
under,
very close friend.
yes, yes, Santaram Joshi. I have worked under her, sir, during my PhD,
Oh,
under him during my PhD.
wonderful, wonderful.
Yes, sir.
it's
So if you
there.
want to take our students visit this laboratory there at your CFTRI, so we have to write to you, sir.
Yes, yes, possible.
Is it possible, sir?
Yes, very much possible.
Okay, okay.
I will be visiting your laboratory. Maybe when I am South India visit, I
Definitely,
will be.
sir, definitely.
मैसूर मैसूर में आना तो बनता है ना,
आना है.
मैसूर में भी.
Exactly. Now we have a director also who is basically a microbiologist.
Great, great, great,
Yes,
perfect. So it's a great pleasure to connect you and the young minds,
exactly.
and let's have the great aspirations and be global leader. Let's be global leader, each and everyone.
Exactly. You are really given a
Yeah,
very comprehensive information how our research should be, the collaborative work should be, and how we should be, more
yeah,
focused to our R&D activities, and then how we should look for the collaborations, and
yeah, yeah,
our actually work can be useful for this nation in general,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
even
Right.
globally.
Great, globally, globally. And recently, I would like to share that news that Chintrajan College organizing Genomics India conference in this time, California.
Uh-huh.
There will be 3,000 leaders meet. So 3 weeks before, he just called me 2 minutes and gave me 4 offers. Oh, can you join conference? Yes, I can. Can you do this? I can do. And then can you we have the book project? Yes, I can. Just 2 minutes he called, gave me four proposals, and he said, I asked him, what kind of invitation, like either like invited, plenary, or this? He said, no. He said, everybody is like equal. It's no hierarchy there. It's
Hmm.
leaders meet. It's leaders meet, so everybody is equal. So, so first global launching will be in January, first week, mine, and then next year I have the Lisbon and the Germany conference, and this January, this no, coming January, uh, I I'm I'm one of the chief guest and lead speaker with one of the private university organizing international conference, and those speakers will be through the my network recommendation, because he said it's your responsibility to make this conference grand. We have the great funding, so there will be no issue. Said, okay, I have the no issue about, we have the global network of the colleagues. We can, with prior consent, we will send the list of the those parts, the speakers, and then I'm also thinking that conference should be also equal, the no hierarchy, because once about 5 years, 10 years of experience, nobody is the uh, like we should not discriminate. So give the equal. So I'm also going to propose that kind of uh, idea to that conference. Give everybody has equal kind of the status, and make that conference grand, uh, and make it, because those people have that much funding that they said we will pick from the abroad and we will uh, send them back their place. So that kind of, so I get somehow inspired. Wow, this kind of funding, then we can make the grand conferences. Some of the half of the virtual and half of the in person. Then so slowly I'm going to the agriculture conferences as well. Those, because I have some organizers, I have some like a farmers network, and the suppose 1,500 farmers coming together, and the exemplary speaker like you are addressing them, giving the confidence. And for example, the mulberry and the silkworm, that can be, that can be the versatile project. For example, the leaves have the rich nutrient dense that can make the new life. Only eating the leaves, that means the whole package. We can make the powder. Farmers, we can say, okay, young leaves, just cut it like a green tea, and we can make powder. We can make them like food additive, make the lot of product lines. And when the silkworm is there, silk is itself expensive. We can also use the silk as the raw material to make the bioactive compounds, the hybrid nanocomposites, because it's not the cellulose, it's protein fibers. This is the unique material. Like, for example, the spider web has a similar protein, but that has limited amount of quantity. That has unique application in the medicinal chemistry and material science. So both, suppose silkworm itself is expensive, it can be have the economic benefits to the farmer. The farmers can have the farmers organization, the at the local they can process, and they can add the food industry. That's organic again, the organic products. If they have the millet together, millet and uh, the green tea powder, it has maybe 100 plus product lines we can look for. So this is also versatile. So similar kind of, when then there should be support system, buyers agreements. So farmers will have confidence to plantation, large plantation. So that level we will think and contribute some of the joint ventures in the future, like some industrial setups with already existing. I am also doing some of the pilot projects. Those are already doing well in agriculture. I ask them, are you doing this, that? Okay, fertilizer, you need support, scientific support. We have the big team. Whatever your issues about the micronutrient fertilizers industry, let us know. We will, and some in the future nano fertilizers. I'm also working on the nano fertilizers, nano pesticides, and my research area has been diversifying year by year. I'm trying to diversify from the PhD time, and basically I am the plant lover. That's why even though I was the first rank in the BSc, I choose the botany. By closing eyes, just go for my passion, not for my job or future career, just for passion. It was passion in the taxonomy, but the Yadav sir, SR Yadav sir, was not there in the Shivaji University Kolhapur. He was in the some short, but I thought that he is permanently moved there. So I just give up botany and then start biochemistry, and then career, remediation career, the textile wastewater remediation. Then I turn into the material science, nanotechnology, and right now my focus is agriculture, environment, and the medicine with greener, safer nanotechnology. So and again, sustainable development goal. This is the core research area where I try to mostly contribute. And agriculture is, I am the fond of the agriculture, and that's why I brought some land also, and that project is also I'm developing. And then meanwhile I started the group, so those agriculture experts, they put the inputs, share the links, news, some videos, interviews. So it's educating each other. So because of the time limitation, I was not able to uh, increase the that group, uh, but in the future, slowly I will, if you are willingness, I will also invite, and I also invite the madam by sharing the link. Please join, please do your contribution, and then in the future we can have this club as a, all sort of expert together. Any sort of the problem, just solve in the just few minutes, and then let each other feel empowered, not separated alone, but we are together for each other. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great conversation. Yeah, and
True,
let's.
sir.
I appreciate your coordination and anchoring. Uh, as you said, you are the best anchor, I think, as per our scene. So keep it up, and do more programs, and have raised the confidence,
Sure,
and
sir. We'll
do
connect,
do
sir.
mm, do big
There's
programs,
more lots
big
to look
programs.
forward to, sir.
Sure,
And as you said, sir, collaborative research we have to do. Otherwise, it's not
definitely,
possible to
definitely.
actually achieve
I'm
great things
I'm
without.
open to support. I'm open to support all our new aspiring researchers,
Wonderful, wonderful.
and take yes, and take the advices and take the blessings from the all elders. Those are the leaders, and take and they're because they have the network, they have the experience, they have the knowledge, they have the solutions as well. So why alone? Even one impact article, suppose, just give the simple example. One impact article, we have to visit at least 4 5 instrumentation. Then 4 5 people's face you have to see. 2 3 months you have to work hard, and then you will succeed. It also takes 6 months at least. If one impact, if you do alone, it's possible. But how much help you have to take? So how about big? So when we think the big, we have to open. And right now, Indians are getting great spirit because we are creating soft power across the globe. Because our Indians are white collar. There is no treaty of worker treaty at any, not in the Congress time, not in the BJP time. That's the great heritage we have. Other countries have the worker treaty. They are going to worker and they are damaging the image of the nation. They are doing nonsense there. But Indians are everywhere, white collar, business, technicians, artists. This is the only profession of the Indians. So that's why across the globe, here, 1,000 times I heard, oh, where are you from? India. They just put their fingers here because they cannot communicate English. Oh, here, this, good, like this. So they communicate like this. So I had math, IT, brain. These 3 words that's common. So that's our USP. And the Japan, Taiwan, Korea, and some other countries, European countries, population is dropping vertical. When population dropping vertical, our youth should be full-fledged, global talent, competent, and then find the opportunities and the shine wherever go, and make that country great. And this is the way only, again, that people can also make the India center of the world. And Korea, right now, Korea is the safest country among the world, for especially for women, for kids. Nobody will touch your precious luggages here. That's the even Japan is also like that. So these countries has some principles, and those principles. But the problem is that countries population is dropping. Just right now is 0.6% is the birth rate. That is nothing. After 2 decades, 3 decades, these people will be minority. These cities will be flood of the global ethnic, and then among those, our Indian should be dominating. India should have the CEOs. Right now, because I am the leader here, I'm a community leader. Indians in Korea, Marathi Mandal in Korea. So among those, when we have the embassy interaction and the coordination of some programs, so we all are helping each other. All HR say, oh HR, if I connect them, whatever you need my help, let me do. I will do that. And that's the great opportunity we can feed the professionals and give them great aspirations to make their life very comfortable and have uh, the right platforms for their career.
Hello.
Namaste, Tiwari sir.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste. Great pleasure to see you.
I think that it was nice interaction, sir, during the last 1 hour.
Yes, sure. Where you from?
तिवारी जी कहा थे चुप
सर आज मेरी बेटी का थोड़ा बुखार आ गया था सर, हाई फीवर था तो डॉक्टर के पास गया।
चल
अच्छा.
So, Upasna madam,
Yes, sir.
So you can
So it
conclude.
was a nice interaction today. So
सब दर्शन दीजिए वीडियो चालू करिए प्रकाश सर वीडियो चालू
Yes,
करिए
it's request to all the participants, if it is possible from your side, just open your
या
camera. If
या
it is
वीडियोस
possible from your side, not mandatory. If it is
या
possible from your
open
side, you
open
can open
open
your
your
camera.
videos
So
and
that you can take one
let's have
screenshot.
interaction. Yeah,
Okay?
great. Let's have panel some words from each other so
Sure.
we can feel that we are doing well. So
This one is our objective, sir, that all the scientists, scholars, and students come into the same platform so that we can know each other, we can learn each other, sir, and we can collaborate.
yes, sure. Because you know
So,
the
Rohini,
collaboration spirit only can solve, otherwise only desperation,
sure, sir.
only hitting our forehead to the wall. That's only if we do alone. So
Thanks,
when
sir.
we join hands, we can feel the warm help each other, and then get the confidence and get
And
encouragement.
no one is interested to
Yeah,
open the camera, sir.
yeah. Anyway, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay,
So
that's
just
that's a new
Upashna, madam,
no
we can
issue.
conclude now.
No, okay, that's fine.
Madam,
yes,
madam,
sir.
please, madam.
Sir, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to uh, Prakash sir as well as Professor Gajanan for joining us today. It was a very fruitful session, in fact, to me as well. I also got to learn many things from both of you, sir, and I hope it was
Thank you.
equally fruitful to our dear students. They had a lot of takeaways from today's session. I hope they will implement it, or they will the questioning thing that has been sparked in them or not, I don't know, sir. I will ask because most of them are from my MSc PG batch. I can see the names. So I'll take care of them in my next class, sir. So I hope we meet again, sir, in the next
Make them
session.
vocal. Make them vocal. If they don't
Yes, sir.
have the question, they cannot make their future, because
Yes, sir.
you
I
know
would
that
expect them
curiosity
to.
is important. Curiosity is
Yes,
important. Questioning is important. Then
yes,
then spark comes in their heart, and then that can be encouraged. If the silent, then that cannot be activation. They should say at least one word, appreciation word or questions openly. Say so. Face
Sure.
the camera. So that should be also get the confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
great. So
Anyways,
encourage students and make them global leaders. Train them,
Exactly.
make them, let their skill set serve. Let the skill set be the asset for them. Because when the training program, as per my knowledge, that's passive training. During the PhD, oh, they will be spending a lot of time in the laboratory and they will write one or two manuscripts. That's all. Their PhD got. So some some interaction here there. So I think that should be very proactive. The prompt, the training, that like the skill set during the PhD time should be like very excitement time, learning time, like literature and having the small secret strategies. So then after the 3-4 years of that, that's worthwhile. Okay, I spent 4 years for PhD, I become unstoppable.
This one
Then
is
I
good
can launch my
suggestion
career.
for students.
Yeah.
okay.
So
Then,
so let's have some kind of structured program for students.
Sure, sir.
Those are
I
doing.
request you to sir, join our upcoming roundtable discussion, sir. So that will
So
be
yeah, sure. It's great because
when you
I
get
love the
time, sir.
discussion. I'm because of the discussion. Is sometime at least I do 4, 5, 6 hours of discussion, communication,
Sure.
call, and
Because
the planning.
our
So this
Dr.
is my
Prakash
daily.
Salami, sir, he joined it
Yeah,
roundtable discussion, sir. And that's
sure.
Thank you
motivating
very
for
much.
me.
We can do group discussion. We can do one-to-one. We can do the like particular
Exactly.
group of students. So that's kind of different kind of formats we can operate.
Okay, sir.
So when we do one-to-one, we can have a lot of openness to share those things that we cannot share in the groups. So that kind of different formats we can operate.
Sure.
Sometime we can set the sub of group of students in the auditorium hall, and then have the workshop program. Like some of the international colleagues will share
Yes,
their
sir. We
experience
may
and
plan
share
in
career
future
advices.
such type of programs.
Yeah, career advices. Yeah, let's build the confidence in the students. That's
Yeah.
important.
yes,
Okay,
sir.
Upashna,
We are
madam.
looking
Thank
at that.
you.
in the future.
Thanks so much, madam. Thank you.
Thank
Your
you.
anchoring coordination is number one. Keep doing more big
Sure.
programs as well.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Alami, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
And thanks to
Thank
all
you.
participants
Good
for
night.
joining today's roundtable discussion.
Yeah. Thank
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.